What's up everybody, Alex Comstock here with WhitetailDNA, and on today's video we're going to talk about a thumb release, and we're going to talk about should you switch to a thumb / is it worth it, and kind of I'm going to go over my specific scenario and why I switched to a thumb and kind of my thoughts after 1 year shooting a thumb release. So for starters, my entire life I've always shot a traditional wrist strap index finger release. And I've always been a command shooter. So for any of you guys out there that are archery nuts that say you have to shoot by surprise, I'm just here to say you don't have to, but to each their own. And if you want to chirp in the comments, feel free. So that's where we're going with this video. But so that's kind of like my background. I've always shot a wrist strap, always shot a index, fingers, wrist strap. That's just what I've always done. Well, going into this past year, I wanted to switch things up for a couple reasons, but I switched to a thumb. This is the TrueFire Synapse release, and I've really enjoyed it for a variety of reasons, but we're just gonna kind of go through the differences that I've noticed and why I've liked it. So first of all, using a thumb, I really like just like how heavy this is and the comfortability of it. I really just enjoyed that. A big thing is this added about a ½ inch to my draw length. So I was able to shoot a little bit quicker, which is always a plus for me. And then I felt more accurate. So like when you pull back and when you gotta do a little bit of twist, I just felt like my anchor was a lot more consistent. Putting that knuckle like kind of right on your cheekbone, there was just for me always a spot to anchor. I was just a little bit more consistent than it was with my wrist strap. And that made a big difference for me. Another thing that I really enjoyed was just not having something on my wrist. And so everyone's, again, to each their own, but for me, for filming, if I'm self-filming, that wrist strap, like before I'd have one that you could bend back, and that just became kind of a headache because I would be touching cameras, and if I forgot to fold it back, it might be hitting on camera gear, making noise. Or now with this thumb button, I can just put it right here on my D-loop, let it sit there like that, when I'm in the tree. So now I'm kind of, what I would say, hands-free, not having something in my hand. So then I can just grab it and go to pull. The big thing is obviously just make sure you're not like bumping it. I mean, I've never had it like click and fall off, but I've been told to be very wary of that. So that's another thing that I really liked, especially again with the filming aspect. And just, it's kind of like, for me, I just liked having it sit there. I don't have to have anything where I'm now going up to clip onto the D-loop, where say you're hunting and you've got, for me, I hunt in a lot of extreme, cold conditions. If it's cold, now I've got my wrist strap and I'm super cold, I'm trying to go up there and clip it on in that moment of truth. For me, I've had that scenario where, it's nice when you just already got this clipped on. Now when that moment of truth's coming, you grab and you go to shoot. So that was a big perk for me. So then, thinking back to the summer, I started shooting this, I want to say in May or June, and obviously started hunting in September. I got used to this really fast. Actually, no, I started shooting this in the winter last year during our 3D league. Yeah, because I started, and it was just like right away I noticed a difference. I was, again, more accurate with it, and I don't know if that's just me, again, with that consistent anchor point, but the comfortability of it, the accuracy, I really liked it, and I was able to get used to this rather quickly. So if it's something that you're worried about, and the fact of you don't know how long you need to shoot one to be able to get used to it, or if you're worried about this next coming season, I'd recommend just giving it a try. Because you can decide right away whether you like it or not. And then another thing with this too is that with the thumb is you can shoot it in multiple different ways. And so what I mean by that is you can be like me and be a command shooter, so you can get it, you bring it back, you're ready to shoot, boom, pull that thumb and shoot. That's how I do it. It works for me. Or you can be, shoot, I wouldn't say it's a hinge, but you can shoot it almost like a hinge where you can apply tension and just kind of pull through your shot. So you start, you're here, you start pressure, you pulling through your shot, and it goes off, and you're not necessarily punching the thumb button. So there's multiple ways to shoot it. I think at the end of the day, again, when it comes to gear and stuff like this, I always just trying to be the best I can be, and I wanted to give it a shot. I liked it. You know, the biggest thing again for me was being able to not have anything literally just on my wrist, sitting on the bow. That was the number one factor for me, and all the rest were other additional perks. So if I were you, if you're thinking about switching, I would just recommend giving it a shot. Go into a local archery shop, you know, shoot one. If you're up in the northern Minnesota, Wisconsin area, go over to Custom Archery and see Randy. You know, you can shoot one, try it out, and decide for yourself. But at the end of the day, I really enjoyed switching to a thumb. Button, and it made a big difference for me. So I do appreciate you watching this video and checking it out. If you got any, you know, when it comes to archery stuff, I know people love to give their opinion. So feel free to drop a comment below. Let me know what you think, what you shoot. And if you do us a huge favor, hit that like and subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and we'll see you here in the next video.